Professional sports is not built on friendship or loyalty. It is a tough business where one thing matters most: your market value. Every player is judged by the money and attention they bring to the league. You are either the person driving growth or someone benefiting from the success of others. For more than 25 years, the WNBA struggled financially and relied heavily on support from the NBA to keep operating. Even so, some veteran players came to believe they were the league's biggest stars. Then Caitlin Clark arrived, broke viewership records, attracted huge audiences, and brought massive financial attention to women's basketball. Instead of welcoming that success, critics argue that some players tried to take control of the situation for their own benefit. Now, the debate has grown beyond a normal labor discussion. The WNBA Players Association is threatening actions that could disrupt the 2026 season while pushing for guaranteed maximum salaries, free housing, and a 50% share of the league's gross revenue from team owners. Some veteran players believe the millions of new fans who started watching women's basketball are loyal to the players' union and that the threat of a strike gives them strong bargaining power over team owners. However, critics argue that this belief has been challenged by Caitlin Clark's latest move. By joining Team USA's training camp, Clark has shown that her influence reaches far beyond the WNBA. Without criticizing anyone or getting involved in online drama, she has strengthened the view that she is the league's biggest attraction. Many now believe the WNBA benefits greatly from Clark's popularity, while her career can continue to grow through opportunities outside the league as well. The atmosphere at Team USA's training camp has also drawn attention, with supporters pointing to a positive and focused environment that stands in sharp contrast to the ongoing tensions surrounding the WNBA Players Association.
We're kind of doing some drills here. Let's see them cook up for a little bit. Chelsea, no look. Caitlin, side dribble. Main thing is they're enjoying themselves, man. I love it. Okay, Angel to Stu, easy work. It seems like Caitlin is hanging with Kelsey a lot. Paige always yelling. Paige yelling about anything these days.
The atmosphere at Team USA's training camp has been filled with energy, smiles, and excitement as Caitlin Clark, Breanna Stewart, and other top players enjoy competing together and proudly chant USA. Supporters see a positive, relaxed environment where elite athletes are focused on basketball and enjoying the experience. Critics compare that to the tense discussions surrounding the WNBA labor dispute, where union leaders have emphasized frustration, financial demands, and the possibility of a strike. Reports of internal disagreements, including leaked letters calling for more transparency, have added to the controversy. By staying out of public conflicts and simply focusing on basketball, Clark has strengthened her image as a reliable and marketable superstar. Many believe this sends a strong message to sponsors, broadcasters, and team owners that she remains the league's biggest attraction while avoiding unnecessary drama. Critics also argue that the players' union overestimated its bargaining power, pointing out that successful negotiations depend on having real leverage rather than relying on threats that may not carry enough influence. Critics argue that some WNBA veterans believed they could attract large audiences without Caitlin Clark, and they point to the launch of the unrivaled 3-on-3 league as a test to that idea. The league was expected to build its own fan base and generate strong TV ratings, but supporters of this view say it failed to meet those expectations. They claim many viewers lost interest because Clark was not involved, leaving broadcasters disappointed with the results. The league also faced setbacks when players, including Aaliyah Boston, suffered injuries during games, raising concerns about the risks and value of the competition. According to these critics, the experience showed how difficult it is to attract a national audience without the sport's biggest star. They argue that Clark remains the league's strongest draw and that her presence has a much greater impact on viewership, attention, and overall interest than any other player.
Mind you, look at the teams while y'all looking too. Look, Angel knocking them down, dog. I know it's quick. Caitlin with the game winner. Caitlin with the game winner, dog. Got the stun on him. Come on, man.
Supporters point to moments like Caitlin Clark hitting a game-winning shot as proof of the excitement and attention she brings to the sport. They argue that plays like these help attract huge audiences, increase media coverage, and add value to major television deals. League owners and executives are likely paying close attention to how quickly Clark's highlights spread and the interest they generate. Critics of the WNBA Players Association believe that if a strike were to delay or cancel the 2026 season, team owners would focus on protecting the league's biggest star rather than giving in to every union demand. They argue that many veteran players would face the greatest financial impact, while Clark's popularity would allow her to continue drawing fans through international competitions such as the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. From this perspective, Clark's influence extends beyond the WNBA, and her supporters believe the union has overestimated its negotiating power by assuming the league can succeed without its biggest attraction. Critics argue that the growing tension around a possible WNBA strike is about more than money. They believe many players, agents, and free agents want a new agreement so they can sign contracts and continue playing, while some veteran union leaders are taking a harder approach. According to this viewpoint, Caitlin Clark's rapid rise has completely changed the league. Since arriving from Iowa, she has broken viewership records, attracted millions of new fans, and landed major endorsement deals, making her the biggest name in women's basketball. Supporters of this argument say some longtime veterans feel their influence has faded as Clark's popularity has grown. They also believe there is concern about how much bigger her impact could become in her second season if she returns healthy and continues to improve. From this perspective, a lengthy labor dispute would hurt the league, its players, and its financial future, while slowing the momentum Clark has created. Even so, Clark has largely stayed out of the public conflict, choosing to let her performance and professionalism speak for themselves.
Good for you. Man, I think, this is every kid's dream. I think I wrote it down when I was in third grade. So just excited about this opportunity. And I remember Kara Cowan talking to us, when me and Paige, and I know AB isn't here, but even I played with Ryan on the U19 team. On the junior national teams, there's only going to be a couple of you that end up making it to make a senior debut. So whether that's the World Cup, whether the World Cup qualifier, whether that's, the Olympics, every single part of it and part of the journey is really special. So I know we're a ways away even from the World Cup and obviously a ways away from the Olympics, but this is still really exciting in itself. And
Clark has continued to present herself with humility, respect, and professionalism, giving credit to those who came before her while staying focused on basketball. Supporters believe this approach strengthens her image and makes it difficult for critics to portray her negatively. Rather than responding to controversy or engaging in public arguments, she has let her actions on and off the court speak for themselves. By joining Team USA for international competition, Clark has shifted attention to the global stage, where she will compete alongside many of the world's best players in meaningful games. Supporters argue this expands her profile beyond the WNBA and highlights her value to fans, broadcasters, and sponsors. They also believe that if the WNBA Players Association moves forward with a lockout or strike, it could damage the league's reputation and financial future, while Clark's popularity and opportunities would continue to grow through international basketball and other major platforms. Critics argue that if a strike or a lockout happens, the WNBA could lose much of the momentum it has worked hard to build, driving away new fans and weakening the players' bargaining power in future negotiations. They believe team owners could respond by changing the league's financial structure, leaving players with less influence than before. From this perspective, Caitlin Clark would likely remain the sport's biggest attraction regardless of the outcome, while veteran players who supported a prolonged dispute could face the greatest financial consequences. Supporters of this view say the business of professional sports is ultimately driven by fan interest, television ratings, and revenue, making market value the deciding factor. They invite fans to share their opinions on whether the union's strategy is the right move, how negotiations will end, and how much attention Clark's Team USA debut will receive. If you enjoy in-depth discussions about the business side of sports, league negotiations, and the biggest stories shaping women's basketball, subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for more.